We all know the quiet ache of betrayal, carrying the heavy memory of someone who deeply hurt us. In our minds, the story is straightforward. We point a finger at that specific person and convince ourselves that they alone are the deliberate architect of our misery. This leads to a silent waiting game. We hold on to our anger, either waiting for an apology that never arrives, or hoping for the universe to step in and punish them for what they did. But maintaining that resentment takes a massive toll. Waking up every day and feeding a grudge requires an immense, invisible exertion of psychological energy. The mechanics of this trap are visible. By funneling attention toward the wrongdoer, you construct a circuit giving them continuous emotional authority. The flaw is, no matter how intense your fury gets, your suffering never diminishes. You simply deplete your reserves. Ernest, as long as we treat our emotional pain as an external attack, we remain captive to someone else's choices. Moving forward requires us to look past the person who hurt us. Sri Hit Premanand Govind Sharanji Maharaj offers a perspective that shifts the focus from the person who hurt us back to ourselves. It begins by questioning our status as a passive receiver of pain. His observation starts with our most basic habit. When someone causes us grief, our immediate instinct is to look at Sims they're the origin of that grief. But Maharaj suggests a concept called karmic drafting. The person standing in front of you didn't spontaneously invent your sorrow. Instead, your own historical actions drafted them to deliver it. Consider how these two models function. The top diagram shows our default assumption. A villain is directly attacking a victim. But the bottom diagram reveals a wider reality. A line of causality originates from a past action, passes through a neutral courier, and lands on you. Your prior decisions generated a specific energetic debt. That courier has no independent malicious power in this moment. They are being moved by the momentum of your own past karma to deliver a specific result. This suggests the person you resent is not a malicious mastermind, but a courier delivering a historical package back to its owner. This brings us to Maharajji's central question. So why blame that poor guy? When you recognize their role as a conduit, the perceived malice behind their actions simply starts to evaporate. They aren't the author of your pain, but participants in a larger cycle of accountability. Punishing the courier is completely futile. Striking out at them is literally shattering your own reflection in a mirror. It is logically identical to getting angry at a mailman for delivering a credit card bill. They didn't spend the money, they just hold the receipt for charges you personally racked up. Once the mechanics of karmic delivery are understood, the foundation of resentment collapses. There is no longer a logical reason to hold a grudge. This perspective can be difficult to accept at first. Realizing you must take responsibility for the origin of your own pain is a significant internal shift. However, the alternative is a position of inherent weakness. A victim's peace depends entirely on someone else changing. An accountable person holds their peace in their own hands. By reclaiming responsibility for the origin of the pain, you retrieve the psychological energy previously wasted on anger. We can see this in a karmic ledger. Accepting the pain without negative reaction offsets the debt. The balance sheet clears. But if you strike back, retaliation creates fresh debt. This locks you into a new cycle of future suffering. This provides a new way to look at forgiveness. It is no longer an emotionally draining moral task where you force yourself to be kind to an enemy. Instead, forgiveness becomes an automatic result of realizing there never was an enemy to begin with. You are simply settling your past and taking total authorship over your future.